matchup so unique. Two guys familiar with each other. Mosher, a former Columbia Lion. Cesar Alvan, a jiu-jitsu background, ranked within the top 30 in the national rankings. What makes this such a special duel?
I mean, this match specifically, I think, so like as you mentioned, Kyle was used to be a Columbia Lion, and so these guys have been kind of training with each other in the Columbia room for the last few years. But with kind of the rule changes in the NCAA and the COVID additional year, Kyle had an opportunity to go finish out his last year of eligibility at Hofstra. So he took that opportunity, and now wrestling is a small world. They find themselves kind of competing against each other right here in what used to be Mosher's home gym. So both these guys are nationally ranked. They know that, and they're both kind of game time guys. Mosher's a phenomenal competitor. You can kind of see his swagger out there, the way he walks around. He's got some good energy there today. And Cesar Alvan, man, he can kind of go feet to back. He's dangerous in a lot of positions, and has his own unique style too. So we're 1-0, 5 seconds into the second period, and right now, so far, these guys just kind of been feeling each other out.
No real shots have been delivered yet. Alvan escapes for the first point of the morning. You see the shiner that Mosher's rocking on his nose. We had a blood stoppage that was pretty lengthy. And to our benefit, we get to see 2+ periods of the 165 bout.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it was a well-timed blood time in our favor because of the technical difficulties, but I think you missed about what you're seeing right here, which was the whole period. Cesar was kind of a little bit of the aggressor, but also not taking much risk. And so it was a hand fight, some half shots, things like that. Both these guys have some really fun offense. Mosher, he's a big pinner. He can kind of go feet to back in a different way than Cesar Alvan can take you a feet to back. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get to any of that big offense, given that they obviously know each other very well.
Alvan known to be a very quick thinker, thinking about a single leg there. It was nicely defended by Mosher. Alvan was representing Brazil in Rio earlier in October at the South America Wrestling Championships. He's represented Brazil, Albania in the U23 Worlds. A lot to be proud of as the new year.
Yeah, he's building his kind of international resume. Spent pretty much all year really committed to that. And then even wrestled recently overseas at the U23 World Championships. So he really used last year as a development year, and it seems to be paying off. He's also up a weight class from the last time he competed collegiately. He was a 57-pounder when he made the national tournament previously, and now he's up at 65. So, and he looks good.
It's also the first time collegiately he's been ranked inside the top 30, been hovering around the 30 to 40 range, down at 157. He's up 1-0 here. See 2 minutes on the clock for the third frame.
Now, Mosher's pretty tricky on bottom. He can actually score big on bottom, which is not, the typical spot where guys score big points. But I think riding him is very tricky, and Cesar knows that. So Cesar's probably going to stay really, really basic here, really simple, and try to get his ride time point. That would put Mosher obviously in a position where he's really got to come after Cesar after that.
Riding time still could be a play here. 14 seconds of riding time for Cesar Alvan.
Cesar just staying behind the hips, trying to give himself a chance to mat return and keep making Mosher work hard. Really stingy here, taking him to the edge, see if he can take him out.
Really deep on his left leg as this one rolls out.
25 seconds ride time. I mean, if Cesar's willing to, he might be able to get to that minute. That'll put him in a pretty good position here.
Alvan was able to escape quickly to start the second period for the lone point of the match. Mosher trying to even things up.
Mosher with a good start off the whistle. Up, inside, got inside position and got to his feet right away. But Cesar with a pretty good mat return. He's just really committed to this ride.
Now the fourth time Mosher has been up from the mat to his base, and they'll give him the point. Evens up the score.
Huge point. If he didn't do it in 14 more seconds, he would have, been in a position where he had to score now. So that was a big one.
Could be a deciding riding time point. If it gets to that point, 46 seconds of riding time in favor of Cesar Alvan. 45 seconds left in the third. There's a single leg shot.
Deep single, but Mosher's got funky defense here, especially to his lead leg, so he's got a really strong whizzer, Cesar obviously knows that, so he's trying to make this work.
Mosher trying to get back to his feet.
Mosher in position now. He likes this here. He's good in the scrambles. Rolled through his scramble, came out on top. Now he's riding.
Gets the takedown with 20 seconds on the clock. Now 15. Riding time going down. Obviously, Alvan was in front. But Mosher with the lead.
Mosher with a tight claw here, just holding on, staying steady, tight.
Kyle Mosher looks like he's going to get a last-second victory here to start things off for Hofstra. An impressive last-minute takedown from Kyle Mosher, and the former Lion gets a victory.
Yeah, he's really dangerous defensively. He did a great job just kind of like putting Cesar into that tight shin whizzer and then timing that roll underneath. Man, that's exactly kind of how I think, if you would have expected Mosher to win a close match with, Cesar, that's probably how it would have looked. He wrestled a good match, like very strategic.